He should do it, and I hope he does. Those were the words from Democratic National Committee Chair Ken Martin here in Owensboro, Kentucky, when I asked him about Governor Andy Beshear's potential future and consideration for running for president in 2028. That Southern calculus, does that include Andy Beshear running for president in 28?
Well, you know what? We've got a lot of great candidates that are thinking about it. I certainly hope he does. You know, I think the bench on our side is amazing. We've got great governors all over this country doing amazing things. We've got wonderful members of Congress, senators, and others. You know, I came into this job, of course, at a low water point for the Democratic Party. But the reality is, when I started to look around at our bench that we have in this country right now, including folks like Governor Beshear, it's amazing. So the future is bright for the Democratic Party. And look, when you hit rock bottom, guess what? There's only one direction, and it's up. And that's where we're going.
Do you think he's going to run?
I have no clue. It's more a question for Coleman. You know, certainly, he gave a great speech tonight. He's done wonderful things here in Kentucky, and if that's something him and his family want to do, go for it. He should do it. At the end of the day, what I'm focused on is building the infrastructure we need to make sure that whoever our nominee is, right, whether it's Governor Beshear or any one of the other governors or whomever else wants to run for this, that at the end of the day they can win. I'm focused on one thing: winning elections.
You're a smart guy, though. When you see him up there, does he have the credentials? When you see him up there, does he look like one? Does he have the credentials in your mind?
Look, again, my job is not to pick winners and losers. You probably saw some of the controversy recently around my neutrality pledge. We stay out of these things. I'll let the primary voters and Democrats throughout this country decide who our nominee is going to be. And at the end of the day, then my job and the rest of our job as party leaders is to fight like hell to make sure they're elected. So, look, if he wants to run, he should. He's a great guy. He's a wonderful governor. I've known him a long time. I've helped raise money for him up in Minnesota in the past. I've always liked Governor Beshear. And, again, there's lots of great candidates on our side, not so many on their side.
I was curious, obviously the governor is going to be leading the DGA next year. First of all, is that sort of a test for him to see how his coattails might work, his influence, his message? And second, more importantly, he's sort of alluded to after he's done that's when he would sort of think about 28. Is that too late? Is late 26, early 27 good timing?
Well, look, I'm looking forward to our partnership with him leading the DGA. There's so many important governor's races on the ballot, both in 25 here, and he's a vice chair right now of the DGA, right? And then he'll take over next year when there are, well over 30 governor's races on the ballot in a critical year where we can actually expand on the number of Democratic governors we have right now. I have no doubt that Governor Beshear will do an exceptional job, both leading that organization, raising the resources, recruiting the candidates, and supporting those campaigns in a way that will result in us winning. And I also have no doubt that that's where his focus will be, because that's the kind of guy he is, right? 28 will come, right? But we can't forget that we have to win in 25 and 26, right? So we have to win the moment, we have to win the future, but people can't look ahead. And he's looking at one thing right now, which is how do we expand the number of governorships we have around this country? Because the reality is Washington is so broken right now. The places where we're finding success is in the states. And the more we can get Democratic governors elected, the more we can help improve people's lives. So I appreciate where Governor Beshear's focus is, which is helping us win more governor's races, and I look forward to our partnership.